All right, welcome back to another episode of Ringside with Ryan. I'm Patrick, and as always, I'm joined by my 11-year-old WWE superfan, Ryan. Ryan, after a wild week in WWE, how are you feeling, man?
It was so fun to watch, and I can't wait to talk about it on this episode of Ringside with Ryan.
Me too, man. This week we had a new women's world champion, a shocking revelation from Naomi, tag team chaos, and Cody Rhodes calling out John Cena. So let's jump right in. All right. So to start with the biggest story, John Cena is officially a heel, and Cody Rhodes had something to say about it on SmackDown. Ryan, did Cody's promo live up to the hype?
I feel like everybody was surprised. It wasn't hype at all. Everybody was just surprised and shocked, and they felt betrayed by John Cena.
He told Cena and The Rock to come and get some. Do you think Cody is making a mistake by picking a fight with both the final boss and Cena?
No, I think Cody can handle it no matter what. I think he can beat both of them in a handicap match, maybe.
Ooh, that would be fun to watch. We'll have to see how that story unfolds. Ryan, over on Raw, we had one of the biggest shocks of the year. Rhea Ripley, who has dominated for over a year, lost the women's world title to IYO SKY. Ryan, did you see this one coming?
Personally did not see this coming. I thought Rhea Ripley would beat IYO SKY, but no. We have a new women's world champion, IYO SKY.
That one, I did not see that one coming as well. Who knows what's going to happen after that? I can't wait till next week to tune in to see what IYO SKY's next move is. Ryan, that all kind of went down after Ripley got into it with Bianca Belair, and that distraction allowed IYO SKY to steal the win. Ryan, do you think IYO deserved the title, or did Rhea get robbed?
I think IYO deserves the title. She's been through a lot her career, and I think she totally deserves it.
Ryan, jumping over to Raw, CM Punk opened Raw absolutely tearing into The Rock and John Cena. He called The Rock a bald fraud and even took shots at Cena's heel turn. Ryan, what do you think about Punk's promo?
I think he's only angry because Seth Rollins made him lose the chamber. If Seth Rollins didn't do the stomp on him, then I think CM Punk would have won.
Right. It definitely seemed to kind of blur the lines between scripted and real, which is what Punk does best. Do you think this means we're getting a Punk versus Cena at WrestleMania potentially?
No, I don't think so, because Cena already has a match at WrestleMania against Cody, and I think Cena should be focusing on Cody than CM Punk.
All right, that one's going to be fun to watch unfold as well. Ryan, jumping back over to SmackDown, we saw a shocking confession with Naomi admitting to being the one who attacked Jade Cargill. Ryan, did you see this twist coming?
For sure, I did see this coming. I knew it was her all along. She just wanted to be a tag team champion with Bianca and replace Jade Cargill.
I mean, to your point, Ryan, later in the night, Jade absolutely destroyed Naomi. Is this setting up a match between them at WrestleMania?
Maybe, we don't know yet, but I think it might be.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that rivalry and see how that unfolds as well. Ryan, another interesting matchup this past week was Braun Strowman and Solo Sikoa going one-on-one, but the match turned into absolute chaos. Tama Tonga interfered, and then Jacob Fatu stormed into the ring. Ryan, do you think the Bloodline is falling apart?
No, I don't think so. I just don't think they're falling apart. I think Solo made a plan for them to interfere, so the match would be over, because he was getting kind of beat up by Braun Strowman, and I think it was a plan all along.
After that huge brawl, do you think this might turn into a multi-man matchup in the future?
Not sure about that yet. It might not, who knows, but I'm just not sure yet.
That's fair enough. Ryan, jumping over back to SmackDown, Friday Night SmackDown had a new United States champion with LA Knight defeating Shinsuke Nakamura to reclaim the title. Ryan, was this the right move?
Yes, nobody liked Shinsuke Nakamura as champion, so that was probably a good move. And I think LA Knight deserves that championship. He's been going at it for weeks, months, and his whole career, basically. So I think he totally deserves it.
You're right. I mean, Ryan, my thoughts exactly. Knight had been it seems like he's been just chasing that title now for months. But now that he has it, who should challenge him in a possible WrestleMania matchup?
There's a lot of people on the SmackDown roster, probably some people on the Raw roster. So maybe like a 8-man, 6-man match at WrestleMania, maybe a ladder match, maybe a Falls Count Anywhere match, maybe a TLC match, who knows? But I think there's going to be a lot of people wanting that championship.
I agree. I totally agree. Ryan, we also saw Tiffany Stratton picked up a big win over Piper Niven, but she didn't have much time to celebrate. Charlotte Flair attacked her immediately after the match. Ryan, are we headed for a Stratton versus Flair at WrestleMania?
Yes, we are, because Charlotte Flair is the Royal Rumble winner and she picked Tiffany Stratton. So it might be Tiffy time, or it might not be Tiffy time anymore. It might be the Queen's time, and the Queen's time might be the new women's champion.
Ryan, Tiffany has proven she can hang with the best, but do you think she can actually beat Charlotte Flair?
I mean, she might have a 50% chance, maybe not. But in my opinion, I think Charlotte Flair's gonna come out with the W.
Friday Night SmackDown also saw that the tag team division is getting crazy. In a triple threat match, Pretty Deadly defeated Motor City Machine Guns and Los Garza to become the number one contenders. Ryan, your thoughts on this?
I think another team should win, because Pretty Deadly hasn't been really doing anything that much. So I think another team should have been the number one contenders, like Motor City Machine Guns. But next week on SmackDown, somehow the Street Profits got a tag team match against DIY for the championships in Spain. They're starting their WrestleMania European tour for Raw and SmackDown next week, and I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see how that goes. Ryan, we also saw Drew McIntyre picked up a win over Jimmy Uso on SmackDown, but his celebration was also short-lived when Damian Priest blindsided him. Ryan, is Priest making a mistake messing with McIntyre?
I don't think so, because Damian Priest is like strong, and I think he's beaten Drew McIntyre a lot of times, and I think he could beat him again at WrestleMania to give him another win against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania again.
No, that's awesome. I totally agree. Ryan, I think that is approaching a wrap for another episode of Ringside with Ryan. What did I forget? Anything you want to tell the listeners?
Make sure to subscribe and comment down below, like our videos, and keep watching our videos. And keep those comments coming. We like reading your comments, and that's it.
That's awesome. Hey, Ryan, one final thought. Last night, me and you were down in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena watching a Nashville Predators hockey game, and we saw some pretty cool stuff with the music, didn't we? What did we hear?
We heard some WWE theme song like Cody Rhodes, John Cena, LA Knight, and most of all, Jey Uso. There are some people yeeting in Bridgestone Arena. I definitely was. I was yeeting all over Nashville.
Well, my personal favorite was the Degeneration X theme song that had everybody going crazy in the arena, so that was a lot of fun. But all right, I think that is a wrap for this week's episode of Ringside with Ryan. And to all of our listeners, until next time, we'll see you ringside.
Yeet!